And we are back in the building, back with some more boxing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and all that good stuff. Now, guys, yesterday I finally got a chance to sit down and watch the Showtime epilogue of Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. And after watching that, I saw some things, I would say, from a different point of view when it comes to Jermell Charlo. Now, I know a lot of times in the sport, we see things one way as it is. You know, somebody loses a fight, they don't give it their all, and we just see what we see. We don't see it from the fighter's point of view. And I thought that was really good that we got to see things from Jermell's point of view. So we're going to discuss that. But first, I want to congratulate Canelo Alvarez once again on his win last Saturday night at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, retaining his all of his titles at 168, I thought he had a spectacular performance. He won every round. You could tell he felt a lot better. He didn't gas out. The stamina issues, you really didn't see them. The training in Lake Tahoe, I think that did help him out a lot. And he just seemed like a happier person after the fight, in my opinion. You guys remember he said that no one beats this Canelo. Now, whether or not that's true, we're going to find out if anybody else is able to defeat Canelo Alvarez outside of Floyd Mayweather and, of course, Dimitri Bivol. We're going to find that out soon enough, guys. But anyway, let's get back to Charlo. Now, Charlo, you guys know my feelings on that fight. I feel the same way a lot of you guys felt. I felt like Charlo didn't give his all in the fight. I felt he felt that power of Canelo Alvarez, and he was afraid to commit. And honestly, I think it had a lot to do with him not wanting to go out on his shield like his partner in crime, Errol Spence Jr. I don't think he wanted to be knocked out by Canelo Alvarez. I think he was trying his best to avoid that. I think he knew winning the fight, he just wasn't going to win the fight. So survival mode it was. And he took a lot of heat for that. And rightfully so. But I would say if I was Jermell Charlo, if I'm in Jermell Charlo's shoes, I'm thinking that Jermell Charlo believes that going out on his shield, getting knocked out by Canelo Alvarez, damages his brand. Because unlike Errol Spence Jr., when Jermell Charlo lost the fight, he was still going to be a champion. He was still going to be an undisputed champion or a unified champion because of the Tim Tszyu equation. And I think he felt that probably would have damaged his brand if he would have been knocked flat out by Canelo Alvarez. So he opted to just survive in the fight. And honestly, it didn't really help his case because people paid a lot of money. People really had a lot of faith in him that he would go out and put on his best performance. And let's face it, he had a lot of attributes that should have gave Canelo Alvarez problems. He's very athletic. He has great footwork. He has a great jab, and he was the larger of the two guys. You know, he has a lot of physical attributes and athletic attributes that should have, you know, made it a good fight. And none of that stuff showed up in the fight. And I think that's where a lot of people were disappointed in his poor performance. Now, there was a point in the epilogue where, you know, after the fight, he was backstage with his team and he was thanking his team, and he got emotional about it and he started to cry. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he felt like he let a lot of people down. I think he knew it after the fight that he could have did better. I think he knew it in his heart that he was in survival mode, that he was just trying to, you know, get through 12 rounds. He said it himself after the fight. He said that, you know, at least he didn't get knocked out like those other guys. So that led me to believe that it wasn't about winning after tasting the power. It was about just trying to go 12 rounds and say, hey, look, you know, I went 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, and I'm coming up from 154 pounds. So it wasn't about trying to put his best foot forward, I would say. So you know, it's one of those things, guys. Like I said, I'm seeing it from our point of view as fans, and I'm seeing it from his point of view. You know, I'm speculating on his point of view, but that's what I got from the epilogue last night. Now, Derrick James. Derrick James has been taking a lot of heat because of Errol losing, because of the stuff with Jermell Charlo, because of the stuff with Frank Martin. And a lot of people are questioning whether or not he's a good trainer. You have people saying that maybe he should get some help, which, you know, maybe he does need some help. You know, maybe he has too much on his plate, having all these high profile guys, and does he really have time to work with them? And watching him in the epilogue, watching him in the corner, he was trying his best to rile Jermell Charlo up to fight. You know, you could tell that he was extremely frustrated. You guys see the thumbnail there, and he's got his head in his hand. He was extremely frustrated because he didn't want to. He doesn't want to damage his brand as well. You know, he was the trainer of the year last year, and now he's having all this bad luck. And you know, it's not always his fault. I'll say it like that. You know, he can tell the guys what to do, but it's up to the fighter to go out and execute the game plan. If the fighter doesn't execute the game plan, then that's on him. They're the only one in the ring. He can only tell them what they need to do. They have to just get out there and do it. So I don't want to blame everything on Derrick James. I think Derrick James is a good trainer. I think he's getting a lot of flack because, you know, his top guys are losing. But, you know, when they were winning, you know, no one had a problem with Derrick James. It's just now that, you know, there's been a string of bad luck. Now Derrick James is a terrible trainer. I don't think that's fair to Derrick James. But anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. You know, that's what I saw watching the epilogue last night. I think I felt like Charlo felt that he let a lot of people down, and that's why he got so emotional when he was talking to, you know, the people around him, his team. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the epilogue last night. What do you think about Jermell's performance? Do you think Jermell did not want to go out on his shield like Errol? Do you think it was the right move? Do you think he should? Well, before that, before I go, let me say this. Let me say this before I go. We talked about Jermell not living up to his expectations. How does he redeem himself? And honestly, I think the way he redeems himself, he's going back down to 154. Of course, he called out Jermell Charlo. Not Jermell Charlo, but Terrence Bud Crawford. I don't know if he's going to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. I know that Tim Tszyu was his mandatory. I think they stripped him of the WBO, Charlo that is, and they're going to elevate Tim Tszyu if he defeats, I guess, Brian Mendoza, which I think he probably will, in my opinion. I think he needs to fight Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is a hell of an opponent, knockout artist, highly respected at 154. And I think if he can beat Tim Tszyu, I think, you know, he would gather a lot more respect. I think, you know, that respect factor would come back with a lot of the boxing fans out here in the space. But I think that's what he needs to do next because right now he's teetering after not putting his best foot forward, after just trying to survive. And, you know, like I said, people paid a lot of hard-earned money. They expected him to go out there and perform. But I think Tim Tszyu should be in the equation for Jermell Charlo. If he can beat Tim Tszyu, then yeah, I think a lot of the respect would come back. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the epilogue last night. Who do you think Jermell Charlo should face next? You guys let me know in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.